And there is so much going on. The forecast isn't going to do it justice. I'll come into my YouTube channel membership group and talk about this at length today because there's so much to pick apart. So first, the moon is in Aries, and that is an undercurrent of what moves fast, free, and furious. There's not a lot of feeling in the transits today. It is more movement, passion, and can even be either geared towards anger or inspiration. It's going to depend on who you are and what you've already got going on. So moon is transiting through Aries. It rules Mars, which is in opposition to Pluto. Mars is in a semi-square to Jupiter. Jupiter's in a semi-square to the Sun. Sun is in a square to Mars. Jupiter's in a sesquiquadrate to Pluto. So these four things are linked. Sun, Jupiter, Mars, Pluto, all in hard aspects. So what this leads to is a feeling like we've got a lot in the cannon, and we have to be extremely careful about where we aim that and how we launch it. The scope, the control, the aim. We need to pay attention to this because with so much in the barrel, all we have to have is something that pulls the trigger, but it's all loaded already. So because we have an opposition from Mars to Pluto that's coming back in, this is that feeling of every step brings us closer to something that is going to require enough energy for us to go up against something or to participate in conflict and come out on top. For us to approach something. And this could be good for us if we are controlling ourselves, if we are applying measure. It could be good for us because we can have some breakthroughs that lead to a type of resurrection. Game changers. If we are acting out of projection, this is what oppositions always bring, is a possibility of reacting to something that unconsciously we have had a hand in creating, or we have interpreted in such a way, something outside of ourselves, somebody, something, something external that proves what we already believe about our self-world and others. So with opposition, see, we show up with very conscious stories about the world and others that form the reactive basis of identity. Stories about you that form stories about me. You see, conjunctions are stories about me that I don't know why you adopt and take as, you know, what should some form stories about you. See, the thinking is different. So with this opposition between Mars and Pluto, we have a massive a werewolf moment, and not just personally, but collectively and ideologically, and what has to do with Jupiter, which is the cultural stories that we pass around and believe in, and that are the balm, the cure for Pluto, which is our death anxiety. And so our collective stories are under assault with a difficult aspect between Jupiter and Pluto. There's some changes there. There's some realities. There's some stress that comes in and informs things. Pluto's the reason for Jupiter. And so our Jupiter stories, our collective stories, our collective helium is going through a major transformation and change. And that's very much coming to a peak. The reasons why, because we have this Mars Pluto business, which is pitting different types of anxiety against each other in the collective. And it causes us to mutate, change our stories of levity. They become more descriptive of actual, well, of current human experience. I'm going to go through these stress points between Jupiter and Pluto, and we also see a window into how those within government or in lawmaking circles, as Jupiter, enrich themselves behind the scenes or under the table. It's Pluto stuff. We're looking at issues of morality strongly within ourselves and in leadership. And so we're coming to this point where we're like, oh, okay, is the modern value of getting away with whatever you can get away with, because obviously you're smart if you can do it, if you can get more, take more, keep more. Is that a value worth keeping, building on? It's being smarter, faster, more aggressive. Better than being motivated by compassion or vision or willingness to cooperate. So I'll come into my subscriber group here, probably mid-morning or sometime in the earlier afternoon, my YouTube membership group here, and we'll talk about this at length. I'll take questions. I'll probably even pull some cards for members that join me there. So look for the ping, and if you don't get to join me live, it'll be available. You can watch it when it works for you. I'll see you guys later.